Today, Brian, it is Elizabeth, Mother of Hearts, and we're going to do a reading for you. So we're going to talk to the universe first and see what it has to say. What does the universe have to say to Brian? Ooh, what does the universe have to say to Brian? Alright. Let's see what your spirit guides have to say. What your spirit guides have to say. Not much. Get that fire element. Angels. What does your angels of abundance have to say? Alright. The higher self. Higher self. What does your higher self have to say? I'm going to let you know I'm not familiar with these cards, so we're going to use a little book on this one. Masculine energy. What is your masculine energy saying to you? Alright. This is in the distance. Feminine energy. As we know, we are both masculine and feminine energy. Your feminine energy saying to you. Alright. And talk to the phases of the moon. Phases of the moon. Well, that's pretty simple. Alright, so we're going to start with the universe. The universe is saying self-love. The way you are self-loving, you're being deceitful toward yourself. You're thinking that what you're doing is empowering you or making your life better. But ultimately, there are things that you're doing right now that aren't for your highest good. And I think you know this. It's trying to shine a light on... the universe is trying to shine a light on how these things actually leave you discontented and not happy. You're not satisfied with where you're at, as in your own energy. And ultimately, to get to personal satisfaction, you're not going to find it in someone else. You're going to find it solely in yourself. To find this victory, you need to develop spiritual strength. Spiritual strength of the mind. You talk way too much shit in your head. You're very negative about your position and maybe those that are around you. And you need to bring balance to this. Because that's all you're getting is heartache. When you start to self-sabotage and start to have these negative thoughts, you're causing your own heartache. There are things in your life that are trying to be beneficial to you. But because of the thought process that you're having in your ego, you're having a hard time seeing past these situations. All right? Here comes that ego. Once you conquer this ego, this is where you'll start to see positive movement in your spiritual union. Now, this could be in relations to a partnership, but it doesn't seem like it. This is something in response to how you feel internally. You are still struggling to stop thinking that you're still struggling to see that the solutions are what you're taught and not what you need to learn. You've learned a lot, but it's like you don't apply it in a sense without ego. And the universe is saying, hey, you know these things. Now we need you to do it without being, I want to say, an asshole about it. Move on. Things that have hurt you, move on from them. Things that have disappointed you, move on. The more you keep circling these things in your fucking mind, the more trapped you will feel, the more obstacles that you will have in this household. And I'm going to say this is starting to get into your family dynamic, relationship-wise. You are sabotaging your relationship with your negative mind state. And you need to become more hopeful and communicate this hope towards this. And something about your sexual energy or your self-confidence, it needs to be, you need to communicate more towards that. Like, hey, I'm I'm doing these things and these are good things, instead of sitting there focusing on what's not good. Because this partnership that you're in is, you know, it's your wish fulfillment. Your intuition is telling you this is what you want. But you need to choose wisely on what energy you're cultivating. Now, your spirit guides are saying you already are abundant. You need to stop complaining and be grateful for the abundance that you have. Your masculine energy, which is what popped up on top of the universe, this is you. You're looking at these 3 cups that are shiny and not realizing what golden one you have behind you. You have one that actually brings life to you, that brings not just to you, but to those around you. And you're ignoring that cup to look at things that you're looking at these other cups like, oh, this is the way I want my life to be. And that's not what it's, if it was for you, you would already start be cultivating. Right now, you need to become more appreciated of the one that you're ignoring. You're full of unlimited ideas, back to no complaining, and you're going to have an employment change, right? But before you have an employment change, you need to take a mindful break to reset your energy so that you can, when this windfall of abundance comes in, you're not going to sit there and self-sabotage it, because there's something coming in for you that is going to be exactly what you need. Maybe this is a relationship. Maybe this is definitely a job change is in order. But what is coming in for you, you need to get right with your mind or you will ruin it and it will go away. Now, your higher self is saying the blue flame, which I always forget what these mean. Well, it's a good thing that we have this beautiful, this is the moon book. Nope, that's the shadow work one. Well, shit. The universe is saying you are this. You are this energy. You are this power. Look. Now I understand. The universe is saying you are this power and you have the ability to set off all these little beacons. This is what I see these as. You have a way to trigger beacons into your life and pull things towards you. You have magnetism. You have what they call wealth energy. But you need to become in balance with your own self so that when you get these things, back to the self-sabotaging, you don't do that. Because this is going to play a part in this relationship, spiritual union that you are about to enter or in. And I want to say that you're in it, because I know you personally, I know that you're in it. Here's the thing. You are still trying to figure out, is this my 9 of Cups? Is this how the wheel is turning for me? And the universe is saying, I need you to make this decision, to take a leap of faith, because this past person is your person. They are willing to show up and put in the work for you. So you need to put a death to looking at these shiny fucking cups and embrace these ones. This is how justice will be brought into your life. Now, your feminine energy is trying to bring in the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, okay? It is bringing in this energy. The fact that you're being open, trying to be open with your feelings, this is who you're bringing in, your Empress. You're bringing in your Queen. You're bringing in the love of your life. Because you're starting to make the changes, but there are days where you sabotage it. And that keeps this in balance. So you need to learn to bring balance to this so that you're not fucking it up. Choose wisely. And right here we got the Lion's Rampant. Appropriate for you, Sir Leo. We're going to read the Lion's Rampant, which is number And this one I've never gotten. Like, I've been through this deck a few times, and this card has never came out. Lion's Rapid. Energy, courage, and vibrant. The regal, upstanding golden lion rampant represents the sun, and he brings the dawn of each new day. You set the tone of your day. The moment you wake up, you set the tone. Anytime something comes up, you get to set the tone of that situation. Do you want it to be chaotic? That's up to you. Sometimes, and in this book I read, sometimes it's good to recognize, which I should want you and her to buy this book. Find the audio version if you have to. But it's, oh God. Fuck, I don't even remember it now. I'll send you it. But in this book, it talks about how when we are in a relationship and things are not going in our way, our primitive mind kicks in and we become defensive. We become to see it as a threat. And you need to become more attuned with your ambassadors who can help you find a solution. Even if you're in a threatening situation, you can still find balance in that situation to where you're not outlashing. But this card, I've never gotten this card before. And I've done plenty of readings. And let's see what the rest of it says. His magical is bold, showy, extroverted, and very flashy. Very much you. He represents the Big Bang. When spells manifest beyond your wildest dreams, you can't quite believe your luck. He is the solar power at its strongest. Fire spells and candle magic are going to be for manifestation and stuff. Candle magic, fire magic is going to be the best for you. But ultimately, you've got to stand your ground. For the sake of your own name, you need to hear yourself roar in an honorable way. And realize that whatever fucking happened to you, regardless of who it is, and there's a little bit knowing your history, and you might not like what I'm about to say, but it's the truth. Your children and the situation with your children is meant to be this way. I know that that's not what you want, but the universe aligned you in this situation to be exactly the way it is. And the more you work on your energy, the more you become in alignment to undo this. But right now, you are in an energy where they can't be in your presence. And you need to stop holding on to that and accept it and be like, okay, instead of being mad about them not being in my life, how about I find a solution to how to bring them back into my life? Regardless of what your baby mama has got going on, you need to focus on how to make yourself better. No matter what's going on in your life, whether who's mad at you or not, you need to get out of this mind state of thinking about that and just thinking about solutions. Stop thinking about the problem in a sense of deprivation, but seeing as a solution to advancement. Problems are presented to you to make you grow, to make you advance. And so you need to work on this, especially when it comes to your crown chakra, because you are not necessarily completely in line with it. And you are doing a lot of mental self-sabotaging. And it's coming out into your physical. Ailments, headaches, body aches, arguments and fights with people you may be in a relationship with. These things are stuff that you need to pay attention to. But other than that, you're making the changes. You're doing the work. So the universe is very proud of you. And money's coming your way. So this is probably why you're being instructed to do this, because they need you to get humble enough that you don't become abusive with the fact that you're going to be financially abundant. Because here's the thing. One human trait that we have is when our lives start to get real fucking shiny, we tend to be very judgmental towards people who aren't in that position. And we're not supposed to do that. You were someone just like that, and you cannot look at anyone who's not where you're at yet. because you have no idea when they will arrive. And that's pretty much what the universe says to you. Pretty clear. Yeah. Rod predicts family quarrels in the distance. There are going to be people who are mad at you for what you're about to do. Do it anyways, if it's for the betterment of your highest self. Because your highest self says, I'm a fucking beacon. I pull this stuff in. Why does it keep ending up fucked up? Because you fuck it up. When you get in your fucking head and start talking shit. You create that negative energy. Thoughts, words are power. At the beginning, it says word. First thing that he did was say a word. I mean, God, and I think that's who you pray to. So you might be on board with the universe, but ultimately it was word that was at the beginning. You had to give a light. Stop being the opposite of that, because you have sun energy. Look at that. You've gotten the sun like 4 times in this reading. You're the sun towards this marriage. Anyways, may you have the day you deserve. Blessed be the universe, and bye.